Donald Trump is starting to completely lose his mind over the fact that he is not getting the reaction he wanted from sending federal troops to roam around Washington, D.C. looking for crime that doesn't exist. See, Donald Trump thought, much like George W. Bush did with Iraq, that we would be greeted as liberators. Remember when George W. Bush said that? We'll be greeted as liberators. But it turns out nobody wanted them there. And nobody wants Donald Trump's federal troops going house to house harassing people, which we have seen on video. So Donald Trump is getting angry. And he's mad that people are talking about the real crime statistics that show that DC is actually safer than it's been in the last 30 years. So Trump is trying to gaslight the country into believing in the same fantasy world that he believes in. Here is what Donald Trump said on social media. Washington, D.C. has one of the highest rates of crime in the world, more than many of the most violent third world countries. He said the homicide rate's higher than Mexico City, Bogota, Islamabad, Addis Ababa, and Fallujah. If D.C. were a state, it would have the highest homicide rate of any state in America. The violent crime rate in D.C. has worsened and the murder rate has essentially doubled in just over a decade. But these are only the official statistics released by corrupt city officials. The real numbers are many times worse. Right? Not the real numbers that we have, the real numbers that apparently only he gets to see. Right? So I don't know who Donald Trump has feeding him these so-called real numbers, but it's not the numbers that are actually put together by the people in charge of the city, which is actually the only place where the numbers come from. So if they don't come from the city, they don't exist. So Trump is basically trying to hoodwink you into not understanding the fact that he's just making this up. But he continued, because the Democrat government of D.C. has largely stopped investigating, arresting, and prosecuting most crime, the published statistics don't even capture a fraction of the actual violence. He said they've stopped arresting people for shoplifting, schools are dysfunctional, youth gangs are out of control, and he alleged that citizens no longer walked the streets, essentially becoming captive prisoners in their own city. Citizens are afraid to speak up or call the police lest they be targeted. The real crime rates are probably 5 to 10 times what has been reported. DC's been under siege from thugs and killers, but now DC is back under federal control where it belongs. The White House is in charge. The military and our great police will liberate this city, scrape away the filth, and make it safe, clean, habitable, and beautiful once more.